Talk Ava. Learn English with confidence.
Have you ever said a sentence in English that sounded correct, but you were not sure why it was correct? This is something many English learners experience. You use sentences every day, but when you try to understand how they work, it becomes confusing.
Yes, that is very common. Many learners can speak basic English, but they do not fully understand the structure behind their sentences. Because of that, they start to hesitate when speaking.
That hesitation is the real problem. It is not that you do not know English, but you are not confident about how the language works.
Exactly. You might say simple sentences like, I feel tired, I eat food, or I sleep, and all of them are correct, but if someone asks you to explain why they are correct, it becomes difficult.
And that is what we are going to solve in today's episode. We will talk about 3 important types of verbs in English.
These are linking verbs, transitive verbs, and intransitive verbs.
Now, these names may sound a little technical, but do not worry. We will keep everything simple and practical.
Yes, we will explain everything in a way that helps you not only understand, but also use these verbs in real conversations.
Before we continue, welcome to Talk Ava, the English learning podcast where you improve your English speaking by listening to natural conversations.
If you are new here, make sure you follow this podcast and share it with a friend who is also learning English. Practicing with others makes learning easier and more effective.
Also, try to listen carefully and notice how sentences are formed. This will help you improve your speaking naturally.
Now, let us begin with a simple, everyday question to warm up.
How was your day today?
My day was quite busy. I started my morning with a plan to complete my work. I organized my tasks and began working, but after some time, I felt tired and lost focus. Instead of continuing, I spent some time watching videos. Later, I returned to my work and completed my important tasks.
That sounds like a very normal day. Many people start with energy, lose focus, and then try to finish their work later.
Yes, and this example is useful because it already includes different types of verbs that we are going to discuss today.
That is interesting because you did not think about grammar while speaking.
Exactly. We naturally use these structures, but we do not always understand them clearly.
So in the next part, we will start with very simple sentences and slowly break them down.
Yes, and by the end, you will feel more confident using these verbs in your own speaking.
Before we move into the main topic, let us take a simple situation that everyone can relate to. Daily routines are one of the best ways to practice English because they are easy to talk about and they use very common sentence structures.
Yes, and when learners talk about their daily life, they naturally use different types of verbs without realizing it. That makes it a perfect starting point for today's discussion.
Let me start with a simple question. What do you usually do in the morning?
In the morning, I usually wake up early and start my day with a simple routine. I drink water, prepare breakfast, and then I begin my work. Sometimes I feel very active, but sometimes I feel a little slow at the beginning of the day.
That is a very balanced routine. Many people try to start their day in a similar way, but the feeling changes from day to day.
Yes, and that is very normal. Some days you feel motivated, and other days you need more time to become active.
Now, a question from our listeners. What do you usually do in the morning? Try to write 3 to 4 sentences in English describing your routine in the comment section.
You can keep your answer simple. You can talk about when you wake up, what you eat, or how you start your day.
Do not worry about making perfect sentences. The goal is to practice and express your ideas.
And this question is important because when you answer it, you will naturally use linking verbs, transitive verbs, and intransitive verbs.
Even if you do not know the names yet, you are already using them.
That is why real-life questions are very helpful for learning grammar.
Let me also answer this question so listeners can understand how to respond.
Yes, that will give them a clear example.
I usually wake up around 7 a.m. I drink coffee and check my phone for a few minutes. After that, I prepare breakfast and start my work. Sometimes I feel very focused in the morning, but sometimes I take more time to get started.
That is a very natural answer. It includes simple sentences, but it clearly explains your routine.
And this is exactly how learners should practice: short, clear, and meaningful sentences.
Also notice that in this answer, we did not try to use difficult vocabulary. Simple words are enough when the structure is clear.
That is a very important point. Many learners think they need advanced words, but in reality, clear structure is more important than difficult vocabulary.
Yes, and today's topic will help you improve that structure.
Now that we have a basic idea and some real examples, we can move to the first type of verb.
In the next segment, we will start with linking verbs and understand how they connect ideas in a sentence.
Now that we have a basic idea and some real examples, we can move to the first type of verb, which is linking verbs. We will start very simple so that everyone can follow easily.
Yes, linking verbs are actually easier than they sound. The main idea is that a linking verb connects the subject of a sentence to more information about that subject.
Let us take a very simple sentence. The sky is blue. In this sentence, the verb is.
And here, is not showing any action. It is simply connecting the sky with blue. It gives us more information about the subject.
So we can say that linking verbs do not show action. They only describe a state or condition.
Exactly. That is the key idea. No action, only connection.
Let us try a few more examples. I am happy. She is tired. They are ready.
In all these sentences, the verbs am, is, and are linking verbs because they connect the subject to an idea or description.
Let me ask you something simple. If I say, I am a teacher, what is the verb doing here?
In this sentence, am connects I with a teacher. It is giving information about the subject, so it is a linking verb.
Good. Now let us make it slightly different. I feel tired. Is feel still a linking verb?
Yes. In this case, feel is also a linking verb because it is not showing an action. It is describing the condition of the subject.
That is interesting because many learners think only is, am, and are linking verbs.
Yes, but there are more. Some common linking verbs include feel, look, seem, become, and taste.
Let us go through them one by one with simple examples. She looks happy.
Here, looks connects she with happy. It is not in action, so it is a linking verb.
Another example. The soup tastes good.
Again, tastes is not in action here. It is describing the soup, so it is a linking verb.
One more. He became a doctor.
In this sentence, became connects he with a doctor. It shows a change of state, so it is also a linking verb.
So the main idea is very clear. If the verb connects the subject to information and does not show an action, it is a linking verb.
Yes, and this understanding helps learners speak more naturally because they can describe things clearly.
Let us now connect this to real-life speaking. For example, if someone asks, "How do you feel today?" what kind of answer can you give?
You can say, I feel good, I feel tired, or I feel excited. In all these sentences, feel is a linking verb.
And if someone asks, "How is your day?" you might say, "My day is busy," or "My day is relaxing."
Yes, and again, is connecting the subject to a description.
So linking verbs are very common in daily conversations.
That is why it's important to understand them clearly.
Now let me ask you something that can confuse learners. If I say, "She is teaching students," is a linking verb here?
No. In this sentence, is not the main verb. It is helping the main verb, teaching. So this is not a linking verb situation.
That is a very important point. The same word can have a different role depending on the sentence.
Yes, and that is why we should focus on the function of the verb, not just the word itself.
Now that we have a clear understanding of linking verbs, let us move to the second type, which is transitive verbs.
Transitive verbs are also very common, and they are easy to understand when you focus on one key idea.
And that key idea is the object.
Yes, a transitive verb always needs an object. The action is happening to something.
Let us take a simple sentence. I eat an apple. Here, eat is the verb and apple is the object.
The action of eating is happening to the apple. That is why eat is a transitive verb in this sentence.
Let us try more examples. She reads a book.
In this sentence, reads is the verb and book is the object, so it is a transitive verb.
Another example, I watch a movie.
Again, watch is the verb and movie is the object. The action is happening to something.
So the pattern is very simple. Subject plus verb plus object.
Yes, and once learners understand this pattern, it becomes much easier to build correct sentences.
Let me ask you a question. If I say, I like, is this a complete sentence?
No, this sentence is incomplete because like is a transitive verb. It needs an object.
So we must say, I like coffee or I like music.
Exactly. Without the object, the sentence feels incomplete.
This is a very common mistake among learners.
Yes, many learners say things like, I enjoyed or I explained, but they forget to add the object.
Let us correct those. Instead of I enjoyed, we say I enjoyed the movie.
And instead of I explained, we say I explained the problem.
That makes the sentence clear and complete.
Yes, because now the listener understands what the action is connected to.
Let us look at a slightly longer sentence. I completed my work.
Here, completed is the verb and my work is the object, so this is a transitive verb.
Now let us add more information. I completed my work in the evening.
The structure is still the same. My work is the object, and in the evening is extra information.
So adding extra details does not change the verb type.
Yes, the important thing is whether there is an object or not.
Let me ask another question. If I say, she is reading, is this complete?
It feels incomplete because read is usually a transitive verb. We expect an object.
So it is better to say, she is reading a book.
Exactly. That completes the idea.
This helps learners sound more natural and clear when they speak.
Yes, and once you start noticing objects and sentences, your grammar improves automatically.
So let us summarize this part in a very simple way.
Linking verbs connect the subject to more information and do not show action.
Transitive verbs show action and need an object.
And understanding this difference is the first step toward better sentence structure.
Now that we have a clear understanding of linking verbs and transitive verbs, let us move to the third type, which is intransitive verbs.
Yes, and this is actually the easiest type to understand if you remember one simple idea.
And that idea is that intransitive verbs do not need an object.
Exactly. The action happens, but it does not transfer to anything.
Let us take a very simple example. I sleep.
In this sentence, sleep is the verb, and there is no object. The action is complete by itself.
Another example. He runs.
Again, runs does not need an object. The sentence is complete.
One more example. They laugh.
Yes, the action is clear and there's no object required.
So the structure here is very simple. Subject plus verb, and the idea is complete.
That is correct. And this is the main difference between transitive and intransitive verbs.
Transitive verbs need an object, but intransitive verbs do not.
Yes, and this is where many learners get confused because sometimes sentences can be longer and they think there must be an object.
That is a very important point. Length does not decide whether a verb is transitive or intransitive.
Exactly. Let us take an example. He runs every morning.
This sentence is longer, but every morning is not an object.
Yes, it's just extra information about time. The verb runs is still intransitive.
Let us try another one. She laughed loudly at the joke.
This sentence has more words, but still no object. Laughed is intransitive.
So learners should not focus on how long the sentence is.
They should focus on whether the action is happening to something or not.
That makes it much clearer.
Let us look at another example that can confuse learners. She is sleeping in her room.
Some learners think room is the object here.
But it is not. The action is not happening to the room. It is just giving information about the place.
So sleeping is still intransitive.
Yes, exactly.
Now let us compare it with a transitive sentence to make it clearer.
That will help a lot.
She is reading in her room.
This sentence feels incomplete.
Because we expect an object.
Yes, so if we say, she is reading a book in her room, now it becomes complete.
And now reading is a transitive verb because it has an object.
This comparison is very useful for understanding the difference.
Let us practice a few more simple intransitive sentences.
I arrived late.
He smiled.
They danced.
In all these examples, there is no object and the sentence is complete.
Yes, and these types of verbs are very common in daily conversations.
Now that we have covered all three types, linking, transitive, and intransitive, let us move to a more advanced and interesting part.
Yes, this is where many learners start to feel confused.
Because sometimes the same verb can behave in different ways.
Exactly. The same word can be linking in one sentence, transitive in another, and sometimes even intransitive.
Let us start with a simple example. The soup tastes good.
In this sentence, tastes is a linking verb because it connects soup with good.
Now let us change the sentence. She tasted the soup.
Here, tasted is an action, and the soup is the object, so it becomes a transitive verb.
So the same verb changes its role depending on how it is used?
Yes, and that is why memorizing words is not enough. You need to understand how they function in a sentence.
Let us take another example. He looks tired.
In this case, looks connects he with tired, so it is a linking verb.
Now change the sentence. He looks at the sky.
Here, looks becomes an action, and the sky is the object, so it becomes transitive.
This is where learners often make mistakes because they think one verb always has one role.
But in English, many verbs are flexible.
Let us look at another example with feel. I feel happy.
In this sentence, feel is a linking verb because it describes the subject.
Now change it. I felt the table.
Now, felt is an action, and the table is the object, so it becomes transitive.
This shows how important it is to understand the meaning of the sentence.
Yes, the meaning decides the type of verb, not just the word itself.
Let us take one more example. The door opened.
Here, opened is intransitive. The action happens, but there is no object.
Now change it. She opened the door.
Now, opened becomes transitive because there is an object.
This is a very clear example of how the same verb can change its type.
Yes, and this is very common in everyday English.
Let us look at another case. The baby is growing.
This is intransitive because there is no object.
Now change it. They are growing vegetables.
Now it becomes transitive because vegetables is the object.
So learners should always ask one simple question.
Is there an object or not?
And also, is the verb showing action or just connecting information?
Yes, these two questions can help you understand most sentences.
Let us now take a slightly longer example to combine everything.
That will help learners see how it works in real speaking.
I feel tired today, so I finished my work early and then I relaxed at home.
In this sentence, feel is linking, finished is transitive, and relaxed is intransitive.
So one natural sentence can include all three types.
Yes, and that is how real English works.
You do not think about grammar labels when you speak.
You just use patterns naturally.
And that is what we want learners to achieve.
Understanding first, then natural usage.
So this section is very important because it helps you move from basic understanding to flexible usage.
Yes, and once you understand these patterns, your confidence will increase.
In the next segment, we will focus on real-life conversations and longer answers.
Yes, because understanding grammar is only the first step. The real goal is to use it naturally when you speak.
Let us start with a simple question that people often ask in daily life. How was your day?
I'll answer that in a natural way. My day was quite productive. I felt a little tired in the morning, but I completed my important tasks on time. In the afternoon, I attended a meeting and discussed some ideas with my team. Later, I relaxed for a while and watched a short video.
That is a very natural and complete answer. It's not too complicated, but it clearly expresses your day.
Yes, and it also includes different types of verbs. My day was productive uses a linking verb. I completed my tasks uses a transitive verb. And I relaxed uses an intransitive verb.
So this shows that in real conversations, we naturally mix all three types.
Exactly. Let us try another situation. What do you usually do on weekends?
I usually spend time with my family. I visit my friends, watch movies, and sometimes I cook food at home. I also try to relax because weekdays are usually very busy.
That is a very natural answer. It includes actions, objects, and also simple descriptions.
Yes, and again we can see the pattern. I spend time and I watch movies are transitive. I relax is intransitive.
And if you say something like, I feel happy on weekends, that becomes a linking verb.
So instead of thinking about rules, learners should practice answering real questions.
That helps build fluency because you start thinking in ideas, not in grammar terms.
Let us now take a slightly longer example to help learners practice more.
Yes, something a little more detailed.
Describe your goals.
I want to improve my English speaking skills, so I practice every day. I read simple books and listen to English podcasts. Sometimes I feel nervous when I speak, but I try to stay confident and continue practicing. I believe that regular practice improves my skills over time.
That is a very strong answer. It is clear, structured, and easy to understand.
Yes, and again, it includes all three types of verbs. I want to improve my skills is transitive. I practice every day is intransitive. I feel nervous is linking.
This is exactly how learners should practice speaking.
Yes, complete ideas, simple sentences, and natural flow.
Now, let us move to an important part of learning, which is common mistakes and confidence.
Many learners understand grammar, but still hesitate to speak because they are afraid of making mistakes.
That fear can stop progress. It is better to speak with small mistakes than to stay silent.
Yes, because communication is more important than perfection.
Let us look at a common mistake. Some learners say, I enjoyed.
This sentence is incomplete because enjoy is a transitive verb. It needs an object.
So the correct sentence would be, I enjoyed the movie, or I enjoyed the experience.
Another common mistake is saying, I explained.
Again, this is incomplete.
The correct form is, I explained the problem, or I explained the idea.
These small corrections make a big difference in clarity.
Yes, and once learners understand this pattern, they can correct themselves easily.
Another important point is not to overthink grammar while speaking.
Yes, if you stop to think about every rule, your speaking becomes slow and unnatural.
Instead, focus on meaning and practice regularly.
With time, correct structures will become automatic.
Let us now move to a final natural conversation to bring everything together.
Yes, this will help learners see how everything fits in real speaking.
How are you today?
I am feeling good today. I finished my work early, so I have some free time now.
That sounds nice. What are you planning to do?
I think I will relax for a while, and then I might watch a movie or read a book.
That sounds like a perfect plan.
Yes, I feel relaxed when I take a break after a busy day.
This conversation is simple, but it includes all three types of verbs.
Yes, I am feeling good and I feel relaxed use linking verbs. I finished my work and I watch a movie use transitive verbs. I relax uses an intransitive verb.
And everything sounds natural, not forced.
That is the goal. Natural, clear, and confident speaking.
Let us quickly review what we learned today.
Linking verbs connect the subject with more information and do not show action.
Transitive verbs show action and need an object.
Intransitive verbs show action but do not need an object.
And all three types are used together in real conversations.
Now it is your turn to practice. Try to make a short paragraph about your day using all three types of verbs.
You can also go back and review your earlier answer about your morning routine and see which verbs you used.
This will help you understand your own speaking patterns.
If this episode helped you, make sure to follow Talk Ava and share it with someone who is learning English.
Keep practicing every day, keep speaking with confidence, and remember that improvement comes with consistency.
We will see you in the next episode.
Keep learning and keep growing.